Welcome back to the channel for another video. I am the Maize Madman. Before we get started, hit that like and subscribe button for me. It don't cost you $1 to follow. Today, we'll be talking about multiple 5 stars on Michigan's campus for visits, plus a 4-star on his official visit from the 2023 class. And Michigan had their pro day yesterday. We'll tell you who shined during that pro day, plus who I am on commitment watch for this weekend. And as always, I'm upset. I'm so for sure, it's no facade. Stay out of trouble, mama said, is mama's side. For fear her youngest son be a victim of homicide. But I gotta get you out of here, mama, or I'ma die. Let's get right into it. So Michigan has multiple top 100 players on campus this weekend, including 2 5 stars. Those 5 stars are, of course, quarterback Jadyn Davis and edge rusher #1 player in the country, according to On3, Dylan Stewart out of Friendship in Washington, D.C. We're going to start with Jadyn Davis, of course, has been a crystal ball favorite to Michigan for the better part of a year. Jadyn Davis out of Providence Day School in Charlotte, North Carolina, is the apple of Michigan's eye in the 2024 class. Michigan put all their quarterback apples in one basket. That basket had the name Jadyn Davis on it this year, just like they did a year ago with quarterback out of Michigan, Dante Moore. We saw how that one played out, and it wasn't in Michigan's favor. This one has the potential to do the same. However, I am expecting a different result for this one. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and put Jadyn Davis on commitment watch this weekend. He is one of the 3-4 players I have on commitment watch for Michigan this weekend. So Jadyn Davis is on commitment watch. Obviously, Jadyn Davis is a polarizing figure at this moment within the fan base. There are fans who think that Michigan should go full bore for him and stay the course. There are fans that think we should hop off this runaway train and go for a kid like Michael Van Buren out of Baltimore. There are many different, there's just really 2 trains of thought here. Either we stick it out with Jadyn Davis, or we give it up, throw our hands in the air, and go in a different direction. So that is where the fan base is. Personally, I am growing tired of the Jadyn Davis soap opera that's kind of playing out. That being said, I understand the importance of his commitment and why Michigan is treating it the way they are. Obviously, quarterbacks move the needle, right? We know if Jadyn Davis commits, the likelihood of some other top targets for Michigan committing increases exponentially or even incrementally. It doesn't matter. With him in the fold, it does increase the odds of landing some of these other targets in the 2024 class, and even in classes beyond that, right? Wide receivers and other pass catchers want to play with the quarterback that they feel like can get them the football, and a quarterback that is also a top recruit. So, one domino falls and then others fall. It's just the way it goes. Michigan is obviously a crystal ball favorite for several top recruits in the country in the 2024 and 25 class. And Jadyn Davis committing this weekend will go a long way in landing some of those targets. Moving on from Jadyn Davis, another top target on Michigan's board is 5-star edge rusher Dylan Scott out of Washington, D.C. Friendship Academy. This guy is an absolute monster. You look at some of the clips here, he's bullying through would-be blockers to get to the ball carrier. Dylan Stewart is a beast. There is really no other way around it. This would be a very big win for Michigan, a very big get if they are able to land Dylan Stewart. This is, I believe, his first time on campus. However, I am not going to put a commitment watch on this one. He is not crystal balled to Michigan. He is not favored to go to Michigan. However, I do expect the coaches to do a good job in trying to sway his sway where he's leaning in terms of going to school, and it's not really a decision that he has made to this point. However, I do believe in coaches like Clinkscale, Coach Partridge, Coach Jesse Minter on that defensive side and what they are able to do with recruiting. And I think that Dylan Stewart could have a different perspective coming out of this weekend. Like I said, I don't expect him to commit to the Wolverines this weekend. That probably isn't logical or feasible this weekend. However, just getting him to think about the Wolverines in that light would be massive for their chances of landing him in the future here. So Dylan Stewart, another player on Michigan's board, if you will, that is highly, highly valued and highly, highly wanted by the Michigan Wolverines coaching staff, the fan base as well. I mean, he's a 6'5", 235-pound wrecking ball, just an accident waiting to happen for opposing offenses. So I'll keep you up to date on both of those recruitments of those 5 stars, Dylan Stewart and Jadyn Davis, as more information comes in. Keep it locked to the Maize Madman channel. Moving right along. Actually, before we move along, I need to remind you guys, go ahead, hit the like and subscribe button. It doesn't cost you $1 to follow, trust me. Also, be sure to follow my guys at Week 0 Productions, Ryan, Lucas, Connor, and the guys. They do great work over there. They just had a live last night. Be sure to check them out for me. But moving along. Speaking of beasts that are on campus, Brandon Hillman, who was recently released out of his letter of intent to Notre Dame in the 2023 class, is on campus at Michigan this weekend. I've been watching film on Mr. Hillman, and let me be the first to tell you, I'm impressed. This guy played quarterback in high school. He also played safety in high school. He is a 4-star athlete in the 2023 class. He is being recruited, I'm sure, by Michigan as a safety, and that's where he's most impressive to me. Although on offense, he's definitely a run-first quarterback who has excellent moves in the open field. However, it is his defense that was most impressive. His ability to diagnose plays and the closing speed, and he is not afraid to mix it up in terms of laying the wood on hits. He would be an excellent addition to any secondary, but in particular the Michigan secondary, who has lockdown specialist Will Johnson on one side, an extremely, extremely talented athlete with the possibility of being a shutdown corner on the other side, and Namorian Walker. Obviously, there is Mike Sanders still in the middle, in terms of in the slot rather. And in addition like this, and I know we do have big safeties currently on the team. However, this guy could definitely benefit from being behind a Makari Page or someone like that for a year or even half a year, because I'm not sure how long you can hold somebody with this talent back. But he is a special talent, and he would be a massive addition to Michigan's roster. That being said, Irish insider Tom Lloyd believes Michigan is in the driver's seat for this. There are others who believe that Michigan is in the driver's seat for this commitment. I am going to place Brandon Hillman on commitment watch this weekend. He does have other official visits scheduled. This is also his official visit to Michigan. I'm a little wary of that. However, I do think there is a good possibility that he could commit to the Wolverines this weekend. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at Maize Madman and the channel for updates regarding this recruitment. Another top 100 Michigan target that is on campus this weekend is tight end out of Rochester, Michigan, Adams High School, Brady Prieskorn. The 6'6", 220-pound Prieskorn is another player that I will want to put on commitment watch this weekend. He is favorited to Michigan. He has a crystal ball in Michigan's favor. And I think this weekend could be a big weekend for Mr. Prieskorn in Michigan, especially if that major domino falls as well, and that is Jadyn Davis. Prieskorn, again, very highly touted, the number 3 player in the state of Michigan, the number 7 tight end in the entire country, and the 59th ranked player in the entire country. I'm sorry, he's the 3rd ranked tight end in the country and the 2nd ranked player in Michigan. I got those things a little tied up, but Prieskorn, an absolute specimen, 6'6", 220 pounds. Expect that one as a possibility as well. Let's get to the Ohio contingent of players visiting. Obviously, Ben Roebuck is someone who has a crystal ball in Michigan's favor. He is a 3-star offensive lineman, slated to be an offensive tackle. He and Luke Hamilton have built a strong friendship. Luke Hamilton will also be back on campus. He is committed, obviously, to the Wolverines and is doing a great job in recruiting the 2024 class and helping Michigan recruit the 2024 class. So Ben Roebuck is another player that I want to place a commitment watch on this weekend. Michigan will also have 4-star running back, top 100 running back, Jordan Marshall on campus. And that is another one that I'm going to place on commitment watch. For Marshall, I think of all the commitment watches, this one may be the least likely commitment watch, just because I know that there are some major players in play here and some other visits he wants to take. However, I would not be surprised if he pulled the trigger this weekend and committed to Michigan. Of course, Michigan recently got a crystal ball in their favor for Texas running back, top 100 running back Taylor Tatum out of Longview. He and Marshall together would be an incredible duo in that backfield, a la what we have now with Donovan Edwards and Blake Corum. They could really be special in the future. So I am holding out hope that both of them commit to Michigan. As of right now, both of them are Michigan leans. So we'll keep you updated as far as that goes. Speaking of Texas, Blake Frazier, a Michigan legacy recruit, is another player that I am going to place on commitment watch this weekend. He is visiting A2 this weekend as well. Those are the players that I have on commitment watch. Moving along, switching gears just a bit, Michigan had held their pro day yesterday, and current Michigan quarterback J.J. McCarthy, going into his junior season, actually served as the pro day quarterback for wide receivers like Ronnie Bell, and he apparently showed up and showed out. According to Ronnie Bell, there was more zip on those passes, more touch on certain passes, and JJ looked really good in the pro day, which is a great thing to be able to throw in front of pro scouts a year before you are eligible to, go into the NFL draft. So JJ showing up and showing out is a great thing. Another Michigan player who was excellent during the pro day is former Michigan kicker now, Jake Moody, who hit 12 of 13 of his field goals, missing one slightly left, a 57-yarder, but hit one as long as 63 yards in the pro day. So great look for Jake Moody. Of course, we all know as Michigan fans, Jake Moody is a super clutch kicker. He is the all-time leader in points at the University of Michigan. So those two players showed up and showed out for the university during the pro day. Obviously, let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think Michigan has any real chance with some of the recruits I went over? If I didn't mention any recruits, because this is a very big recruiting weekend for Michigan, they're going to have over 20 kids on campus. If I missed somebody that you wanted to hear about, let me know in the comment section. Also, what do you think about Michigan's pro day and JJ and Jake showing up and showing out, all that? Plus, let's get into the Triple M shoutouts. Number one, I got to give it to my guy over at Let's Toast Media. Shout out to you. You are officially a madman. Thank you for the support, brother. Next, B Wags. You are officially a madman. Thank you. And shout out to you. You are officially a madman. And then finally, last but certainly not least, we're going to give it to Bruce McGraw. Shout out to you, Bruce. You are officially a madman. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at Maize Madman. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Like I said, doesn't cost you $1 to follow. Until next time, I'm upset.